All right, so on page 92 of the week of February 18th homework, we have some review problems here. So I'm just going to quickly go through a couple of things that I wanted to make sure that everybody remembers because they'll be coming up in later units that we're going to be covering in class. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is rounding our decimal numbers. We talked about this in unit 3, so it's been a while. So I just wanted to make sure everybody remembers that when we are asked to round a number to the nearest tenth, I say, okay, here's my tenth place. And then I look to the right. If my number to the right is 5 and above, I'm going to give it a shove. It's going to raise that score. So that would raise my 0 up 1 to a 1. And then anything behind that number that I just rounded would become 0. Everything in front of the number that I round stays the same. For a different example, here when we round to the nearest hundredth, I'm looking the nearest, actually I don't want to do that one, I'm a liar. Oh, hold up. All right, looking at the nearest hundredth here. So I know that everything in front of that number that I want to round is going to stay the same. And now I'm looking at this number to the right to tell me, am I going to bump my number up or keep it the same? So since 0 is 4 and below, I am not going to change my number that I want to round. It's going to stay the same. And then I can either write a 0 after that or just leave it blank. Anything after that number that I round can just go away. All right, moving on. We know how to use parentheses. I'm very confident in everyone's ability to use parentheses. Everybody can tell me what it means when we see parentheses, just in case we're not sure. Parentheses tell us what to do first. So to do this problem here in part D, I would have to solve 117 times 4 and 7 times 4 before I could do my subtraction. I would have to get those two numbers. Let's see. And last on this page, before our challenge problem, which is optional, we have a word problem or a story problem. So in number 7, it says 6 friends had lunch together and decided to split the bill evenly. So in part A, we want to know if the bill was $48.60, what was each person's share? So we hear these words split and share. That can tell us that this is a division problem. So I'm going to do $48.60 divided between 6 people. There's many different ways I could do this. I'm thinking, okay, how many times would I have to add 6 together to get $48.60? But that might be a little confusing because of those cents. So what I am going to do, or what I thought to do, is split our money up by dollars and cents. So I can do $48, divided by 6, which is much easier, and I can do 60 cents divided by 6, which I think we can agree is much easier than doing both of those at the same time. And then I would just add my answers together when I did that division. So I'm thinking 6 times what gives me 48, and I'm thinking 6 times what gives me 60, remembering that those are separate dollars and cents. And then in part B, we're asked to find a different amount. So the bill now is going to be $63, just flat $63, and we're still splitting that up between the 6 friends. So now I'm thinking 6 times what gives me 63. For this, I'm going to make a quick ratio table just because I want to make a point to you all. So here we're going to have the number, the amount of money that each friend pays, and then the total amount in the bill. So if each friend were to pay, let's say $10, that would mean that the total would be $60. Well, that's not enough. But if each friend pays $11, then that's going to be $66, which is too much. So I know that 63 is halfway in between 60 and 66. So I need to figure out what number is halfway between 10 and 11, and I find that that's going to be 10 and a half or $10.50, which is how much each person is going to pay. And that is that on that.